It's Nickey of the Mossel Advertiser with Mark Dixon of the Strandloper Project. Mark, an interesting project. What are you guys doing? Why are you scouring the beach?
Nickey, thank you very much. Yes, we are we're here in Dana Bay at the moment, but we are doing an 11-day hike from Blombos through to Wilderness, and it's an awareness campaign on both plastic pollution as well as ghost fishing from recreational fishing. So basically what we've been doing is we've been hiking up to on average 20 kilometers a day. We've just wound up doing 120 kilometers. We're starting our 7th day today, and we are doing a whole series of surveys. So we've got some surveys where we're looking for plastic pollution. We're doing incidental surveys where we're noting every bit of both recreational fishing debris as well as your commercial fishing debris. And the reason we're doing that is to highlight the ghost fishing situation that is occurring in the area.
Okay, quickly explain ghost fishing.
Okay, so ghost fishing is a term, and most people know it from commercial fishing. It is when fishing gear is lost or discarded and it still has the capacity to catch. So we found a huge number of crab pots, for example, along the route here. A crab pot gets lowered by the vessel, it's put onto the sea bottom, it's got bait in it. Now if that tackle gets lost or that crab pot gets lost, it's still got the bait in there. Crabs have come in, they die, they now are bait for something else. So the ghost fishing is the indiscriminate capture and killing of marine organisms by the discarded gear.
And Mark, you mentioned interestingly that you're doing research. Who's going to benefit from this research? Where does the findings of your research go to?
Okay, so we're independent. We're a couple of concerned environmentalists, and we are going to be publishing both popular and scientific documents with the data that we're getting. We've got huge volumes of data, and so that is to go. We hope that it will ultimately blend itself into the public's consciousness, in that they start reevaluating their use of plastics and their use of the ocean, that they start caring for it. We also hope that it goes at a higher level, that you start getting regulation of the indiscriminate dumping of both plastics, and then also responsibility for discarding of fishing gear going along. I mean, the ultimate would be if we could get the average fisherman who goes down to catch his fish, and instead of leaving his bait plastic packets, his little elasticized thread rolls, his monofilament that he's just when he puts new tackle on, and he just throws that onto the beach, just to pick that up, take it and dispose of it responsibly. And unfortunately, going along here, I can tell you right now, without a word of a lie, and the data will back us up, is that people are not doing that. There are dump sites. We just know, if we see all the footprints in the sand, you go there, you will find monofilament, you'll find a thread roll, you'll find bait boxes, the little plastic wrappers of that. There is, and you'll even find his cigarette butts, his cool drink, his chip packet, and all that. It's just a dump site, and he thinks the ocean's taking it away, and this is the downside. We did a survey this morning, just to give you an idea. Our survey is a 10 meter with 1 meter on either side of a line. We collect every bit of plastic. We put it into different categories. Over in 20 square meters, this morning's survey, we had over 300 pieces of plastic. And that's little things that have broken down and gone on. So that's just to highlight that. But yes, we hope that the information does go higher. One of our group here is Dr. Lo Clausens from the Nice Basin Project. She's actually been so impressed with the data we've done over the just in our normal surveys, that she's come on and she's managed to get a postgraduate student who started a project on the ghost fishing. It's something new. No one has ever researched this globally, so this is a real new field of study.
But you're also walking all the way from
Yes.
Blombos to Wilderness. How come that particular route?
Blombos is the seat of human cognitive development. You know, we've got the artwork, which is the oldest Homo sapien artwork in the world, 73,000 years old. We've got evidence at, we're going to go to Pinnacle Point today. That's 164,000 years of human habitation. This is where humanity started with cognitive thought. And there's a philosophical background to this. We started, it was because of the ocean, the phospholipids of our bivalves, our mussels and our oysters that allowed our brains to develop, get the convolutions which give us our cognitive thought. And so our intelligence comes from being dependent on the ocean. And now as modern humans, we are destroying the ocean through our indiscriminate discarding of our daily convenience products and our fishing. So there's a philosophy, and that's why we started there. This coastline globally is important in terms of human origins, and so this is our first phase. 10 days is huge. 20 kilometers a day is demanding. It really is, especially when you're stopping and doing surveys all the time. And so the next phase will obviously wilderness to Keurboom, which is also another seat of human origins and a whole lot of evidence there. But that's why we started phase 1 with this route.